Oliver here, and it's Wednesday. So Wednesday at 1 o'clock Eastern time means what? It means what's happening, of course. And I'm here this week to bring you a new app suggestion. Sorry I've been absent the last couple of weeks. One of the Wednesdays I was in Orlando at the International Builder Show, which was amazing. And then last week I was driving in a blizzard from Raleigh to Asheville for a keynote on Thursday night in Asheville. And driving in a blizzard is not the smartest thing I've ever done, but I did get there and I did deliver the talk. So there you go. Okay. So I saw a news item yesterday that helped me decide what my what's happening was going to be today. I saw that the governor of Hawaii, the reason it took him so long to call off the false alarm was because he couldn't find the password to his Twitter account. Hello? So here, everybody in Hawaii is freaking out, thinking there's an incoming missile, and it took a really long time, and I forget the number now, but it took forever for them to call it off. And one of the reasons was he couldn't find the password to his Twitter account to be able to tweet out it's a false alarm. So with that in the news, and then all the Russia, and all the hacking, I think we need to talk about passwords today. So my goal is to talk to you a little bit about password security and also recommend some apps that will help you get organized and stay sane. Okay, try to say that too many times with your passwords. Okay, so let's go. So number one, your password should not be an actual word of any kind. It should be a random assortment of letters, characters, and numbers. The random assortment of letters should be some uppercase, some lowercase, throw some numbers in there, and then a couple special characters like a dash or an at or an exclamation point, that type of thing. And as soon as you do that, you'll never remember it ever again, which is the problem. And that's why we all have our dogs' names or our children's names as our passwords. But the truth is, any word that you're using that's a real word that's somehow associated to you in your life is very easy to hack. And if you think hacking isn't going to affect you, just watch the identity theft commercials that they run all the time. We have a lot of clients who their websites have been hacked because they're using a very poor password for their login to their administrative side of their website. So it's very real, and you really should take it seriously. So once you create what's called a strong password, which is a random assortment of letters, numbers, and characters, then you'll have a hard time remembering it. And that's where the apps come in. So the app I'm going to recommend to you today is LastPass. That's L-A-S-T, P as in Paul, A-S-S, LastPass. Now, there are several competitors to LastPass. I did a simple Google search and came up with a few. I will name those off to you in a few minutes. So if you simply Google search password apps, you're going to come up with a lot of options. I started initially many years ago with one called RoboForm. I think I started with like RoboForm 2, and they're now up to RoboForm 8. And it's still pretty highly rated as a password manager, but the one that is the highest rated that I've used for years now is LastPass. And once you get started with one and build up all of your passwords in it, it's kind of hard to change it. So that's why that's the one I'm recommending, because I've been with it for a long time. All right, so how exactly does this work? And for those of you that are just joining us, we are talking about password security today, and we're talking about how to remember your password using a password app. Okay, so here's how it works. You create one Mac Daddy strong password, the password to end all passwords. And if you can't think of that or figure out what that would be, the app will create one randomly for you, which is even better. So you set up your account with whatever password manager app you're going to use. In this case, let's say it's LastPass. You set up the account, and when you do that, you create the MacDaddy password to end all passwords. And that is going to be the password into your, what LastPass calls your vault. Your vault is where they store all of your username and passwords to every other site that you use. So they store your password to Amazon, to all of the sites where you shop online. For me, it would be a lot of shoes and clothes and things like that. But for you, it could be your bank or your whatever. Okay. So LastPass stores all of these in your personal vault. It's really incredible. So the way that they make this easy is if you use Chrome as your browser when you're surfing the internet, and you really should, because it's got so many extensions or plugins. So as you are browsing, let's say you browse to Amazon and you want to log in. Well, after you set up your LastPass, the very next time you go to Amazon and log in using whatever username and password you've been using, LastPass asks you, do you want to save this to your vault? You click yes, save. Now, the next time you go to Amazon, all you have to do is click the LastPass button and it logs you in. No more username and password remembering for you. That's awesome, right? That's so cool. Okay, so yes, it's a fair amount of work to set this up. You will have to get all of them in there and stored. You'll have to be disciplined about using Chrome as your browser initially. So that's the basics of how it works. I'm gonna look away from the camera for a second and look over at the comments, see if I've got any comments or questions yet. Nope, I don't see any. Feel free to write them in if you have questions. That's not a problem. So if you're using LastPass or any password manager on your computer, then it's all done through your browser. You would download the LastPass browser plugin for Chrome. Once it's downloaded, you would log in using your username and master MacDaddy password. And you do that once a day, each morning as you sit down at your computer. And then the rest of the day, as you go to various websites in that Chrome browser, LastPass will either save the username and password as you create it, or once you get them all created in your vault, it will log you in automatically. That's amazing. All right, let's say you're on your phone or on a tablet, and most of the password managers work across all devices. I checked, this one works for iOS, it works for Droid, and it works for Google. So you're completely covered there. So on your mobile device, you need to download the LastPass app. All right, so you download the app, and guess what? Yep, you guessed it. You've got to sign in using that username and MacDaddy password that you created. And once you sign in, then all of your passwords that you've been working on entering through your vault through the Chrome browser, it syncs across all your devices that have the app. Oh. So now, if you're on your phone shopping for shoes, you can log into 9west.com because you have the username and password, and it's not on a sticky note in the drawer of your desk in your office where you're not currently sitting. I know, right? Let that sink in. That's awesome. All right, so all you have to do is log into the app. You can also do a process called two-factor authentication, where if you're really worried about having all this on your phone, then it will actually send a text message with a code for you to have to enter a unique code each time. So it's really, really super secure on your phone. You can also use your thumbprint or fingerprint through Apple as an authentication process as well. So let's say you're in Safari on your iPhone and you've browsed to a website and you want to log in and buy something, or log in and see your health records or your bank records. So you would go to the website as usual. Now, down at the very bottom of Safari is a square with a little arrow coming out the top in the very bottom tray of the Safari browser. I Googled it this morning to be able to tell you what the name of that was, because I didn't want to go to the square with the arrow. Did you know that's actually called an action button? I did not know this. Yay, I learned something today. So you click your action button and that opens up a whole nother tray on your phone. And one of the options in there will be LastPass. Simply click that and it will log you in to whatever site you want. That's incredible, right? That's amazing. Okay, so if you've just joined me, today's What's Appening Wednesday is about password security and using an app to manage your passwords. And so the app I'm recommending is LastPass, L-A-S-T like Tom, P as in Paul, A-S-S like Sam, okay? And with this tool, you can very easily store and manage all your passwords in one place. Now, I know that there are folks out there, this makes you really nervous or feel very concerned about it. And I understand that. But if you are doing any kind of online banking where you are storing that financial information online, this really isn't any different from that. If it makes you uncomfortable and you'd rather have your pile of sticky notes in your drawer that anyone could steal and that isn't accessible from anywhere else to store all your username and passwords, you can do that. That's fine. But if you need to make this a little more streamlined and easy so you can conduct the business of your day, then a password app is going to help you do that. LastPass does have a premium version for $2 a month, which I use. The premium version allows me to send an encrypted email sharing a password to someone. So let's say I want to email my W-9 to a company or my 1099. I can securely transmit all kinds of financial information in using LastPass, and I love that. I can also share my vault with other family members. There is a family plan if you're going to be sharing it more with one person and you want to get everybody in the family logging all their usernames and passwords, and you want to control who can see what in the family. For $4 a month, you can have a family plan. And they also have a team and enterprise plans for businesses who need to do a better job of managing passwords. So I am not an affiliate for them. I've never met anybody that works there. I don't know anybody there. There's nothing about this. I'm not selling this for any reason except to tell you that I use it and that I like it, and it's made a big difference for me. Another really handy feature is not only the passwords that you can store in your vault, but you can store what are called form fills. And the form fills are where it stores my mailing address, my billing address, and my credit card number. So when I go to check out on Amazon or wherever else, or let's do it this way. Let's say I'm checking out on a site I've never bought from before. So they don't have my credit card on file, or the credit card they have on file is outdated. Then I can simply, in one click for my LastPass, fill that whole big line order form out. I can fill out the whole thing, billing address, mailing address, and credit card number. I still have to manually put in the security code, which is great, but it makes ordering online a snap. Actually, it makes it a little too easy, which is kind of scary. A couple of competitors of theirs that you can check into. One of them is called Dashlane, D as in David, A-S-H, Lane, as in Lois, Dashlane. Their cost is $40 a year. And the reviews I read on this one were very strong, and they were quite complimentary of it. So they said really that LastPass and Dashlane seem to be the top two. Third one was one I mentioned earlier that was been around for years, and that's called RoboForm, R-O-B-O form, and that one's $20 a year. What we do with these videos is once I'm done with them live, we take them and then post them on the blog. So this one would be posted next Wednesday. And when we post it with the blog, we also post links where you can read, top 10 password apps for 2018. We'll post several articles that complement the blog where you can get additional ideas and research on this topic. Okay, so you need what's called a strong password, which is a random mix of upper lowercase letters, characters, and numbers. And once you go to that, you can't remember it. So that's why you need a password management app. So that's what we've been talking about today. And just to tell you a little bit about me, I am the creative director for Meredith Communications. Everybody always seems like they're a little confused or like, what do you do exactly? Well, Meredith Communications is a digital marketing agency. We build websites, we do search engine optimization, and we do Google AdWords, mostly for home builders. So that's what we do. And then as part of that, I speak all over the country on digital marketing and sales and help people figure out how to apply it in their businesses. So if you're a home builder and you need marketing help, give us a call. If you're an event planner or part of an association and you need an awesome keynote speaker to talk about how to increase sales with digital marketing, I'm your girl. So that's it. I'll be back next Wednesday with another What's Appening, and that'll be the last one in the series. Starting February, we are actually going to change the topic up, and we're going to Website Wednesdays. So we'll still have blogs here and there on what's happening, but we're going to start in February with Website Wednesdays, where we'll go live at 1 o'clock to talk about how to make your website really wow. And I'll give you a tip for that every week. All right, guys, thanks a lot. I hope you're having a great Wednesday. At least it's not a blizzard out there. Yay! Talk to you soon. Bye.